Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Thursday night football showdown we got going on between the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals. This is a big NFC matchup, okay, right here. Kyler Murray against Aaron Rodgers. It sucks. It sucks to see that Devonta Adams will probably not be able to make this game because of COVID. He hit the list. As you can see, Adams said earlier this season that he is vaccinated, which means his placement on the reserve COVID-19 list is due to a positive test result. The wideout will need to test negative twice, 24 hours apart before being activated, which is unlikely to happen before Thursday's game. All right, so he's going to be out. He's most likely going to be out, all right, for this game. So that's a big blow. But we will see. It's still Aaron Rodgers. He can still pull a rabbit out of his hat, obviously, against this very high-octane offense in the Arizona Cardinals. Before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We are currently at 537 subscribers. The next goal is 1K. 1K giveaway is going down, all right? 1K giveaway is going down. To that 1,000th subscriber, you're going to get some money, all right? So subscribe. I will PayPal the 1,000th subscriber, okay? Now, let's get into this very, very juicy matchup with the with the illness to Devonta Adams. It opens up a lot of salary now, okay? It opens up a big Pandora's box to this game, all right? We're going to figure out which captain we like. Now, obviously, the first two options are going to be Kyler Murray, and it's going to be Aaron Rodgers. So, Kyler Murray, there's nothing to be said about him. He has struggled just a little bit. Where's the 30-point fantasy games that we're expecting? What we saw from week 1 and week 2. He's been a little bit of a downgrade, maybe some easier matchups. This is why it's probably happening. There hasn't been a game environment where they needed to, really go back and forth with a team. Cleveland, blowout. Houston, blowout. San Francisco didn't need to do anything. Rams was supposed to be a back and forth, but that was a blowout. Jacksonville, another. They haven't been tested. They have not been tested. I think Green Bay can give them that test in this game as they strive for 8-0. So we're going to see what's going to happen in this game. But Kyler Murray has huge upside in this game because this will be a back and forth affair. He has obviously the arm to do so, and then the rushing upside. We haven't had big rushing performances from him this year, but he still is able to do that. Had a touchdown in week 3, had a touchdown in week 2 and week 1, 3 weeks in a row. So can that happen in this week? Yes, if there's going to be more opportunity for him to have the ball in his hands, create, and obviously be competitive with another team. If there's a whole bunch of blowouts, then they're just going to run the ball with James Conner, and it really doesn't matter, okay? So Kyler Murray is going to be one of our top options at the captain position. The next guy, obviously, will be Aaron Rodgers. If you're going to pay up for captain, I want both of these guys in some lineups. So I'm going to have some Kyler and some Aaron Rodgers. I can't say anything else about this guy. This man is a Hall of Famer. He's been spectacular. All right, not on Tom Brady's level because he's doing 3, 4, 5 touchdowns a game. Aaron Rodgers is just doing well enough, cruising in games. Double-digit wins against Washington and Chicago. A nice solid win on a roll against the Bengals, who are a tough team. Another double-digit win against Pittsburgh. But Aaron Rodgers is putting everything together, feeding Devonta Adams. They need to get Aaron Jones more acclimated. That's going to help them with the absence of Devonta Adams. That's going to be our next option at the captain. So I just spoke about Aaron Rodgers. The next captain, in my opinion, should be Aaron Jones. All right. Aaron Jones is a very explosive running back, very good in the red zone as well. He knows how to find that end zone. As you can see, a big blow up week against Detroit. Had what do you have? 3 touchdowns again? He had 4 touchdowns in that game, a touchdown against San Francisco. He hasn't had a touchdown since Chicago, but before that, he hasn't had a rushing touchdown since week 3. He is due, okay? Obviously, if you're looking at stats, I don't even look at stats because I look back and I look at teams that they faced that were below the means, okay? Now you got 2 top tier teams. This stuff goes out the water. Now we're looking at matchups, okay? Who's a better player? So Aaron Jones, if they're going to need to establish this run game with the absence of Devonta Adams, they're going to be leaning on Aaron Jones. They're going to be using him rushing and using him receiving. Obviously, they already have done that because look at the consistency you have here. 5 receptions, 4, 4, 3. Okay, they're using him there. That's already a given. They need to run the rock. They can't be 6 carries in a game. He needs to get back to where he was, double digits, 13, 14, 15, okay? That's how you're going to be able to slow down the Arizona Cardinals, control the game. They need to use their weapon in Aaron Jones, all right? And I think he has some upside at that captain position. Going to be lower owned. A lot of people are going to go to Hopkins, Murray, Rodgers. They're not thinking about Aaron Jones. He has some upside, obviously, in this game. Any other option? Yes, DeAndre Hopkins. We're waiting on news about the corners with the Green Bay Packers. They're still a little bit questionable, but there's no one that can stop this man. And after a little rough patch at the beginning of the season, he had a 5-point outing against Jacksonville. He had a good week 1, and then against the Rams, only 10 points. But the past 3 weeks, touchdowns in each and every game. 2 touchdowns against Cleveland. That was solid. But can we put together a 100-yard game and a TD? That's gonna definitely pay for the type of salary that you're paying for at the captain spot for an elite wide receiver like DeAndre Hopkins. So all these guys have this huge upside. Okay, even if I go further, I can go Allen Lazard, save a ton of salary at the captain spot, and this is your new number 1 wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. Allen Lazard has stepped up in the absence of Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Now he's going to step up in the absence of Devonta Adams. Now, the past 2 weeks, 5 targets, 27 yards, touchdown. That wasn't it. He comes back the next week against Washington. 5 receptions, 6 targets, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Where is our 20-point game? I think this can be the game. Allen Lazard has a nice connection with Aaron Rodgers now. This was always the sleeper wide receiver to get on Green Bay as a number 2 wide receiver. He's finally stepping up. He had some big weeks last year, but now he's getting the opportunity to take it fully over just for a week, okay? Just for a week, and I want that. And this is a very sneaky option at the captain spot. I love Allen Lazard, all right? So we'll throw Kyler Murray in there. We'll still throw Aaron Rodgers in there. And you still got a ton of salary left, all right? You paid cheap at captain. You paid up for your quarterbacks. Now you matched them with wide receivers. So if I got Kyler, I would have matched him with Hopkins, all right? And we still have $8,200 left to fill in the rest, okay? You can still get you a top-tier option right here in Christian Kirk or A.J. Green and still go and punt the last flex if you want to, all right? So let's find our, 2-tier and 3rd-tier guys to fill out these flex positions. So Christian Kirk is a guy I'm going to look at with the injury to Max Williams. He stepped up. Obviously, they acquired Zach Ertz, but he is 2B, and A.J. Green, all right, he's 2A, and A.J. Green's 2B. Or they're just level. These are the wide receiver 2s. Christian Kirk, A.J. Green, you have to pick one. All right, we've got consistency from both. 4 receptions, 5 targets, 50 yards, and a touchdown against Houston. And then 5 receptions, 8 targets, and 75 yards with a touchdown against Cleveland. Christian Kirk is looking like a very, very solid wide receiver for Arizona. And then A.J. Green, this man, I called him dust at the beginning of the season, but he's performing a little bit better. All right. Cleveland got a touchdown, 79 yards, with a team he's familiar with. All right, facing. Houston had one big catch, but he didn't get a chance to get in the end zone. Against the Rams, he stepped up, and against Jacksonville, he stepped up. The upside is still there for A.J. Green, but if I'm choosing one or the other, give me Christian Kirk as the number 2 wide receiver, all right? Another option for Arizona will be Chase Edmonds, all right? If you want to attack this Green Bay team, you got to run that ball and use him in the passing game. As you can see, Green Bay ranked 22nd. They're going to be splitting carries with him and James Conner, but give me the guy that has PPR upside, and that is Chase Edmonds. All right, 10,500. Technically, in the flex position, he's going to be 7,000. All right, and he is a dual threat running back, has speed, and can catch the ball. So I love him as one of our secondary third options in the back end of our flex. Okay. Zach Ertz, he's going to be getting used. Obviously, they just traded for him. He got a touchdown the first week he played with his new team. 5 targets, 66 yards, and a TD. Even got a rush, which was a big, big surprise. If you want another flex option, he's going to be one of our guys as well. Let's see if we can find some value, a little bit cheaper. Okay, Rondell Moore has upside. He doesn't see as many snaps, but he can always pop off. This is a sneaky play here. He's had a good week against San Francisco. He had another blow-up week against Minnesota for 114 and a TD. So if you want to fill in with do it like a triple stack with Arizona, Rondell Moore, Hopkins, and Kirk, you could do that. That can be different. Obviously, in a game that's going to be high scoring, but obviously you have to bring it back with some options from Green Bay. The tight ends, not really looking at not really looking at Robert Tonyan, but actually I'm gonna give him a thumbs up. Adams is going to be out. He had a touchdown last week, 4 for 5, 63 yards in a TD. They might be using him more as well. Allen Lazard, Robert Tonyan, Aaron Jones. That can be the trio for them this week going up against the Arizona Cardinals. I don't want any defenses on either side. You can throw them out. And that provides a little bit of an edge. A lot of people just throw them in there just because maybe what if. But this is a game script where it's going to be Aaron Rodgers throwing touchdowns and Kyler Murray throwing touchdowns, all right? This is going to be a back and forth affair. I'm going to avoid them. You can, if you want, throw in a kicker, either Mason Crosby or who's the Arizona kicker? Matt Prater, if you want to. Not really looking towards that. I'm sticking to more of these pass catchers and running backs. If they want to go run heavy in this game, a cheaper option I'm going to look at will be A.J. Dillon. If they really want to prove a point, they can definitely do this. You see the usage that he had against Chicago, 11 for 59. You see the usage against Cincinnati, 8 for 30. 4 receptions for 49 yards and a TD. He has that type of upside in his back pocket if Green Bay is willing to use him, if they see a hole in that defense where they can exploit it with the big body running back that A.J. Dillon is. So if I'm going with some cheaper options, A.J. Dillon is one. And then last but not least will be Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb is going to be the number 2 wide receiver for this team. He obviously has a connection with Aaron Rodgers. Things can go back to the past time like they used to, similar to what they did in week 4 against Pittsburgh. 5 receptions, 69 yards, and 2 TDs. I can see something similar in this game where Aaron Rodgers needs to rely on someone he is trusting, and he just lost Devonta Adams, so Randall Cobb would be that next guy with time together with Aaron Rodgers, okay? Randall Cobb has that connection automatically, all right? So those are going to be our options for this juicy slate between the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any other ideas, any other punts that are cheaper than A.J. Dillon. Maybe you have another captain idea that I did not speak about. Comment down below and we'll discuss it. The community will discuss it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessageSD. And also don't forget to sign up for the Patreon for more exclusive content. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.